Welcome to another episode of This Old Hoopty, where I take this piece of crap and try and make it into something a little more pretty, I hope. Moving forward, the term this piece of crap is going to be universal for all of the OBS trucks that I own or that I am working on here. We're going to have a look today at my 2000 Tahoe Limited. So truck's been lifted 6 inches all around. I'm going to be removing the lift and I'm going to be dropping it down to probably a couple inches below stock height. As others say, the junkyard will provide. So we have 2 stock 1999 Tahoe spindles. We've got springs. We've got 2-inch drop shackles here, which will go on the back. And then I have everything needed, tie rods, etc., ball joints for the front end of this. So exhaust pin's cut off. This is straight pipe right now. Now that we know she works, let's remove the 6-inch lift, get this thing back onto the floor. All right, let's get this thing locked in and lift it up and get this off. All right, I'm going to pop this raised control arm and swap it for the stock control arm. That'll bring me down a little bit. And I'm going to pull that spring and shock out, and I'm going to replace it with the one here. All right, I took the cotter pins out of the nuts that are holding on the spindle, and I'm going to take off the sway bar now. And then I'm going to disconnect the brakes, pull those off and hang them up over here. This way I can let this drop and pop the spring out. Well, of course, after I remove the shock. So let's get to it.
Hi.
All right, let's separate the tie rod from the spindle. There we go. Sway bar separated, tie rod separated. Well, had I been paying attention, I wouldn't have made a mistake like I did, which is pretty stupid, but I left the shock up in the spring prior to releasing everything, and now the lifted spring, which are a pain to get in there, is shifted forward, so there's no way to get that out other than dropping the rear control arm. So I'm gonna have to drop the rear control arm really quick, pull the spring and the shock out, and then get things reassembled. On the other side, we'll do it right, and I may or may not cut this out of the video. I probably won't, because it's good to see that you can screw something up, work around it, fix whatever the screw up is, and just keep moving forward. Don't let it get to you. You know, it is what it is. It's a mistake. Crap happens. Right, Maya? Mistakes happen, right, baby girl?
Right.
All right, but we don't care. Mistake happens, we just fix it, we keep moving forward. So I left the shock in. It's gonna cost me an extra 20 minutes to get that lower control arm off. We're gonna do that right now. Let's go. There we go.
Wow. How did you do that?
I just loosened it up enough so where I can angle this spring like this. That way I can get this out.
Ooh. But we needed.
All right, guys, and here is the shock removed after the fact. Definitely should have been done before the fact. So when you're doing it, take that shock out first. But as you can see, you make a mistake, keep moving forward. It is what it is. Somebody doesn't like the way you do things, not really your problem. Here's our lifted spring. This is still new and good, so we're going to put this on the lowered spring. Shut back up there. All right, hopefully you guys can see the difference in the height of these springs. The tension is also different. So, all right, this is nice and greased up. We'll get it back on here.
Daddy.
Yeah, love.
I'm going inside.
Okay, babe. There. All right, brakes back on. Here, love. I'm being checked up on. Just making sure I'm okay, or making sure I'm not hungry. Both of which are good things. You wanted the big guy to learn how to drive, yes?
Yes.
So, nothing better than a hoopty. Alright, I gotta find the proper nut for this. It's rolling around here on the floor somewhere. I'm gonna have to clean that up so I can get this tie rod tightened up. I'll do that with a little bit of pressure on it. That way this, the bottom piece spins when there's no pressure. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna cut these zip ties and get the brakes back on. There we go. Okay. There. Alright, now there's no play in there at all. I believe from when the lift pushed the wheel out, it pushed it out another, probably about an inch or so. So it's probably gonna have to come in about an inch. We can do that after the fact though. We'll do that with the wheels on. Okay, took a little extra than expected due to the mistake. That's on me. Mistake has been cleared. So let's drop it, see how low this side goes, and get the other side to match it. So in case you're wondering, I don't have any drop shocks. I gotta pick up a set. So for right now, it's just springs and a bouncy ride. It's not going anywhere far though. I'll have the drop shocks Amazoned over. They'll be here next week. All right, I've got the crew loaded up in the car. We're gonna go take a look at that engine that's for sale now. I'll click it back on in front of the engine. All right, we're now leaving the super secret Site B. I put a deposit down on a 5.3 LS engine. Everything checks out. I've got a video of it running. I've seen the engine. Everything is good to go. It's going to be pulled. And here's the beautiful part. It will be delivered to my house on Monday or Tuesday. So less work for me to do, which means more work I can do on the trucks. So let's get back into the garage and keep moving forward. All right, it's another beautiful day, day 2, out here dropping the 2000 Tahoe Limited. Got the truck jacked up. Let's get the tire off and get back to work. All right, first thing we're gonna do is drop the shock. Is no longer lifted, we're gonna shorten all this excess cable, push it back up into here, and hook it back up to the clips that are on the upper control arm. Okay, now that everything is buttoned up, I'm going to bring it over to my buddy John at Alpad Automotive as soon as I get the back done, and he'll give everything on the suspension that was adjusted the once over to make sure that everything's safe and roadworthy. You don't have to do that, it's just an extra step, but I'm going to do it anyways just to make sure everything is kosher. Let's drop it down. Go. Nice. All right, so to be clear, there's nothing wrong with lifted trucks. I have zero issues with them. I'm going to take this suspension and put it on another C1500, either a single or an extended cab. I just don't move them on this truck. So this one is going to be lowered all around, static suspension, family hauler type situation, and that's that. Here's where we ended up. Here's where we started. 6-inch lift, 2-inch drop. Definitely gonna have to fix the alignment on here before I drive it anywhere, because both of these are towed out. Sorry. Once this is driving and on the road, then I really don't care about stripping this thing apart or whatever, and to work with the kid on his driving skills, and it's gonna be done in there. I got the seats over in my storage unit. I'll pick those up this week, so next weekend I can get them into the truck. So in the next video, we're going to finish the rear drop of this truck and start getting the interior worked on. We're going to get the seats installed for the front, driver and passenger, and get the carpets down for the front and the back. All right, so I just ordered new shocks, and I just ordered new U-bolts, so when I take that 4-inch block out, I don't have, you know, 1,000 feet of the post going below here, and I'm not going to just stuff it with washers and do it twice. So I'm short parts, but I've just ordered them from Amazon, and I'll leave those links in the description below for what I ordered. I got some Dorman U-bolts and the nuts that come with them, and I also ordered drop shocks for a 2-inch drop for the front and the back, so that way I can have everything buttoned up before I go and get this car aligned. So more on that later. Let's wait till the parts get here. I'll shove them in there, and then we can go over to my buddy John's place and get this thing aligned. That's going to be it for this video. You guys know what to do. Like it if you like, don't if you don't. Subscribe to keep track of my latest shenanigans, and I'll see you in the next one.